So now we are going to see avionics subsystem. Uh, Avionics subsystem or navigation, communication, flight control system, radar subsystem. So avionics subsystem or navigation subsystem, global position system, and VOR, communication subsystem, flight control subsystem, radar subsystem, which is used for radio detection and ranging. So avionics subsystem, which is represented in the diagram. So you will have four subsystem. Under that, you will be having navigation, satellite, and beacons. For communication, that is pilot communicated with the passenger as well as to the ground. Flight control by light and wire. Radar to measure distance measuring equipment and also altitude. So first we are going to see navigation subsystem. That is, it has two types: satellite-based system for navigation, ground-based system for navigation. Under that, you will be having VOR and LORAN. Under the satellite-based system for navigation, you will be having global position system. So two types of navigation rule. One is VFR, visual flight rule, pilot by sea and avoid concept, which is used in the small airport. Then second one, IFR, instrument flight rule, pilot by ILS. The next, ground based navigation, VOR, which is use VHF omni range radio beacon 108 to 118 megahertz to guide aircraft safely to their destination. Many ground stations on VHF use LOS, communication between aircraft and ATC through VHF frequency 108.1 through 117.95 megahertz with VOR fitted on the aircraft. Next, ground-based system give heading when the aircraft remains in the same track envelope. So next we are going to see satellite-based navigation system, that is GPS, Global Position System. So this is GPS by Garmin. So GPS measure or precise position of aircraft in three direction: X, Y, Z in degree. Then position of aircraft in dynamic time with nanosecond accuracy. Velocity of the aircraft through Doppler frequency. GPS calculates aircraft position by timing the signal sent by the GPS satellite high above the earth. Three satellites enough to fix the aircraft position. GPS segments or have three segments: space segment, control segment, and user segment. In space segment, 24 satellites for space segment orbiting the Earth in 12 hours in 6 orbital plane at a 60 degree. Then in control segment, for tracking the satellite for its track and correcting the time for each satellite. So user segment by GPS receiver receiving the data for 4 parameters. So space segment, this is the space segment, 12 visible sat is given here. You can see the in the diagram, visible sat. So advantages of satellite based navigation system are primarily save fuel cost and enable commercial aircraft flying under IFR to fly directly to their destination. Shorten virtually every commercial airline route, save fuel and time, mm, increase the amount of air traffic in the sky at any one time, and reduce the aircraft engine emission. 40% drop in general aviation accident by FAA. So GPS system locates an object determined in respect to its longitude and latitude, coordinated by the signal from 24 satellite in 6 orbit. Transmitting consists of satellite position, time and data and on the basis, and also provides location on the aircraft on the earth with accuracy, and provide a visual navigation on normal object guidance when it is impossible for pilot to locate the destination position due to bad weather or at night. So this is the satellite based navigation. This GPS, this is government GPS. Next we are going to see ground based navigation system. So ground based navigation system, VOR, for direction information to pilot. ADF for giving relative bearing in degrees to pilot with respect to a ground station. Then ILS for offering a precision landing system to pilot on a glide path. DME, distance measuring equipment, which will be a secondary radar navigation with a ground beacon. So ground based navigation subsystems are VOR, ADF, ILS, DME. VOR is nothing but VHF omni range, working on VHF frequency, very high frequency of 108 to 118 megahertz. ATF, that is automatic direction finder, for which advise the aircrew with a relative bearing for a selected ground station with a receiver on the aircraft. Instrument landing system, ILS, a precision approach system to the pilot on the runway. DME, distance measuring equipment, which will act as a secondary radar with a ground beacon, as I said earlier. So NAVIDs, that is navigation system aids, or NDB, non-directional beacon. DME, distance measuring equipment. ILS, instrument landing system. Next we are going to see VOR principle. So navigation NAV types. BNAV, basic track accuracy of plus or minus 5 nm for at least 95% of flight time for en route navigation. B or NAV, achieved using inputs from VO or DME, DME or to DME. So precision track accuracy of plus or minus 1 nm for at least 95% of flight with the advanced functionality and a high integrity navigation database. So PRNAV, capability achieved using inputs from DME to DME. So these are the definitions of VOR. Heading, track and crab angle. So heading is nothing but direction expressed in degree, clockwise direction of the longitudinal axis of the aircraft from north to magnetic north, or the angle the nose of the aircraft pointing. So track is nothing but course over ground, which is the actual path followed by the aircraft from A to B. So next, crab angle or drift angle, that is the angle between heading and track is said to be drift angle or crab angle. This is the representation of VO or cone of confusion. So VO or cone of confusion is represented in the right side, and then HISI indications or bearing pointer remote, CDI remote, numeric bearing remote. So station passage will have bearing pointer, CDI and other. Data reappear exiting the cone. So again, cone of confusion, radial are the one more definition continue for VOR. So cone of confusion is nothing but volume of airspace directly above a VOR station where no signal is received, causing the CDI to fluctuate. The radial, the direction from the station to the aircraft in degrees from magnetic north, called the radial. This is VOR frequency on navigation radio. So principle of VOR is radio beacon transmitting azimuth signal to aircraft to NAV radio for enabling pilot to determine how far he is from and to the ground beacon with respect to magnetic north regardless of heading on VHF, that is line of sight communication. So VOR ground beacon principle is a radio navigation system for aircraft sending VHF AM signal to the aircraft. The aircraft derive a magnetic bearing from the station to the aircraft, that is direction from the VOR station in relation to the earth north at the time of installation, providing omni or localizer information within built VOR to LOC converter used with other navigation and communications. Why ground-based system use 108.1 to 117.95 megahertz means its ground-based system use VHF through a LOS, that is line of sight, using 108.1 to 117.95 megahertz. Storms and other weather phenomena cause interference. So 108.1 to 117.95 frequency, which is free from static and interference caused by the storm or other weather phenomena. This is a OBA indicator with CDI. VOR with the course direction indicator is represented here. This is pilot tune the station desired and select the mode of operation. Received signal amplified and converted to audible voice or Morse code transmission and powers the bearing indicator. So working of VOR is on 108 to 117.5 megahertz amplitude modulator. So its reference phase 30 hertz signal. FM modulated at 9.9 kilohertz subcarrier compared rotating 30 hertz AM signal through an electronic tunable antenna. Phase angle between the two signal which will be equal to the direction from the station to the aircraft in degrees from local magnetic north called the radial. Then VOR has omni bearing radial OBR to set the desired course. This is the display used in VOR, that is course indicator, lubber line, glide slope indicator, which is not used in Vivo or navigation, IO, which is from indicator, heading bug knob, course selector, heading bug, course deviation indicator are represented in the diagram. Next, Vivo or basically has four parts A, B, C, D. So in that A equal to rotating course card, which is calibrated from 0 to 360 degree, indicating the VO or bearing as the reference to fly to or from 345 degree radial away from the station, which is equal to the aircraft, which is north of the omni station. B equal to omni bearing selector to manually rotate the course card. C equal to CDI or course deviation indicator. This needle swings left or right, indicating the direction to turn to return to the course. D will be equal to from indicator. This arrow will point up or towards the nose of the aircraft when flying to the VOR station. So VHF omnidirectional range, that is to fly due west to reach the station. Pilot wants to approach the VOR station from due east. OBS rotated the compass dial until the number 27, that is 270 degree, aligned with the pointer called the primary index at the top of the dial. When the aircraft intercept the 90 degrees radial due east of the VOR station, the needle will be centered and the 2 from indicator will so too. Note the pilot sets the VOR to indicate the reciprocal. The aircraft will follow the 90-degree radial while the VOR indicates that the course to the VOR station is 270 degree. This is typical VOR. Collins VOR indicator.